Hey everyone, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. In this video, I'm going to be continuing on with the educational series, How to Build an Online Business with the MyListing WordPress theme. As we've done throughout this video series, we'll be following along with the MyListing project template, which you can find on the MyListing Club website by going to mylisting.club, scrolling down the home page just a little bit, and clicking on the MyListing project template card. This product page is going to walk you through everything that this project template includes and walks you through what it's all about. And you can even see a firsthand walkthrough video with me walking through the template. If you followed this series from the beginning or somewhere, towards the beginning and middle, you see what this template is all about and how much value that it has in it. There's also these cards right up here at the top that show what this thing covers. It's everything from the business side of things, to WordPress, Elementor, all the way to online presence and testing and everything in between. At the bottom, we have a bit of a change log. So as I add stuff to this template, I keep track of it. So whatever's listed at the top is the last thing that I've added or changed, modified, what have you. You can get your hands on this template by clicking the Buy Now button as just a one-off purchase. If you buy a starter site from me, I will give you a copy of this template. If you're an Ultimate member, you can download this template as many times as you want. I think there's one other way you can get it. Oh yeah, if you are a care plan client, I will also give you a fresh copy of this anytime you would like. So those are the ways that you can get your hands on this template. Now, let's go ahead and look at this thing and see what it's all about. See where we left off, that is. So let's go ahead and close this down here. And so we are still in the My Listing column. There is a lot going on in this column alone, as you can imagine. I'm not sure this will be the last video for, before we move on to the performance column. I'm adding more stuff as I think of it, and especially since I just released a brand new starter site, my mind's been refreshed about the pages that it takes to build these sites, as well as the elements. So I'm circling back and adding things that I think are important. With that said, in this video, we're going to cover 3 pages: the Get Started page, the How It Works page, and the Support page. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and drag this over to my other screen so I can use this as a reference. But let's just summarize what these are about. So the Get Started page. This page serves as a starting point primarily for new users of a MyListing website, whether signing in or signing up, searching the platform for existing listings they might have that they can claim, learning how to gain more exposure through listing promotions, and more. If you look at a MyListing demo website, for example, you'll see that without this page, the only starting point for potential listing owners is the Add Listing CTA, call to action, in the header area, whether it's a button or a menu link. So let's go ahead and look at that before I continue. So here's the main MyListing demo from the developers. And let's just pretend like you've installed this demo, you've imported it into your website. And so we get here and we're the business owner, and there's really no apparent guidance right off the bat. So let's go to the menu. We see here that under Explore, this is more geared towards the visitor, not the listing owner. If we go to Listings, it's the same thing. The only thing that comes close is the Create Your Own Listing. Okay, so great. We click that button if we're the business listing owner, potential listing owner. We come here. This is a bad example, though, because what the MyListing guys have done they've linked to their documentation. So it's kind of hard to show in the demo. But assume that it's going to do the same action as this Add a Listing CTA. Okay, so you get here. What type of listing would you like to add? Okay, let's add a place. Then it gets you into the pricing, and there's very little information about like what you can expect, what's going to happen next, that sort of thing. It's just very vague. Okay, let's go back to the menu up here. There's nothing else in here. Shop, the shop might get you a little bit of more information. Let's click on that. Okay, we've got some products. This doesn't tell you whether it's a a listing product, or what, are you buying a restaurant pass here? Like what are these things? So we click into these, and again, okay, we can kind of decipher that this is maybe for listings, add listing types, 5 listing submissions, 180 days expiration. Okay, what does that mean? Featured listing, what does that mean? There's no guidance on any of this stuff. So me as a potential customer to your site, I would never sign up for this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the process is. I don't know what I'm getting. There's no pricing, like real pricing and real understanding of the features under that pricing. There's no front-facing pricing page that tells us what's going on or anything, okay? So that's where these 3 pages I'm discussing in this video, what they're about, okay? So as I showed you here, this leaves a MyListing website user with no guidance, and you, as the website owner, are missing out on key opportunities to educate and provide more value to potential customers. You're missing upsell opportunities. You're missing ways to help your listing owners do more to help their business. There's multiple reasons. It's not just for the listing owner. It's not just for you. It helps everyone. Even comes down to helping the users of the website have a better experience. So you really got to get these pages in there. And then the last thing I say is building a get started page with Elementor opens a world of possibilities for design and functionality. So if you've used Elementor at all, you know what I'm saying there. And then if you go to the MyListing Club website and you go to the resources, there are pre-made get starting pages that you can just import right into your site, make some tweaks as needed, and be off and running. Okay. All right. So let me move on to talk about the how it works page. Then I'll quickly talk about this support page, and then we'll actually look at this a real world working example here. Okay. Like the get started page, the how it works page serves as a starting point primarily for new users of a MyListing website. I think of this page as where people go first before they decide they're ready to get started. So I'll show you that, like I said, but it's kind of like, okay, this is how it all works. And within the how it all works page, they could actually click on some stuff and get started. But I think of it as, okay, I know how this all works. I have a really good understanding of how all this works. So I'm ready now to get started. Take me to a page, help me get started, okay? Now, perhaps this page and the get started page could be combined since there's a bit of redundancy, which you'll see. But for now, I see this page as more of a step-by-step guide, whereas the get started page is more of an abbreviated version that gets right to the point, okay? And then on the club website, just like the get started pages, there are how it works page templates that you can pull right into your site and be off and running. Okay, so the last bit here is the support page. This page works hand in hand with the get started and how it works pages, further educating current and potential users of your MyListing website. This page is really huge. Think of this as like covering the listing features, account information, setting up their account, resetting their password, managing their subscriptions, teaching them about promotions. Just a super, super important page, the support page is. Okay, and the last thing I'll say before we look at these is, just like the other pages, there are support pages that you can pull right into your site if you go to the MyListing Club website and download those templates. Okay, all right, so enough of me jabbering about all that stuff. Let's look at what the stuff actually looks like. So let's start with the how it works page, because like I said, this is kind of like they get really educated step by step, and then they say, okay, I'm ready to get started, that sort of thing. So here we are on the Fit starter site. This is a starter site that was just released less than a week, just a few days ago, actually. So let's look at the pages on this live working MyListing website. So if I come here, I'm a business and I'm thinking about, being a part of this platform, show me what I need to know. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to see right away. It's very clear. I'm a business, so that's going to attract my attention. So, okay, cool. How does all this work? It's the very top link I put on there. So we come in here, how to use the Fit platform to its full potential. And then we move down through here and we see right off the bat, number one is the get started page. Okay. So this can go and drop them into that page if you want, if you click on this button. I also include links right here. Takes them right to the sign in or sign up, to the claim listings, add listings, or reach further. But because they are just getting familiar with your site, they may not be ready for that just yet. So what we do is we kick them down into step 2, and that's the sign in, sign up. And then a little bit of an explanation. This is when we start getting to know you. Before you can claim or add a listing, you must first sign up for an account. Already have an account? Great. Just sign in when prompted. So you're getting them ready, like letting them know they need to get in and start signing in and signing up for your platform. So then there's a CTA right there to sign in or sign up. If they're still not ready, okay, let's move on down to step 3, claim listings. It tells them a little bit about what the claim listings is all about. They can click on this button and it's going to bring the claim listing form, or a search form up where they can search for their listing. And then I also wanted to point out, I'm doing device mockups here. So I'm showing them, exactly what they can expect, like the image relates to what this section is about. So this section is about claiming the listings. So I show an image on the right, device mockup, a real world example of what the claim button, what they should look for here. Okay. All right. So they want to keep going. So they go down to step 4. Next thing you want to do, add listings. Okay. Click this button and it could take them to the next section where they can add their listings. Not ready for that? Cool. No worries. I'll scroll on down. Now we start telling them about the pricing and the plans, because if you don't tell them about the pricing and the plans, the features before anything else, they have no idea until they go through the add listing process. That is a terrible experience. Like Netflix, for example, you don't sign up for Netflix and then they tell you that, what you get after that. They tell you beforehand. That's just one example, probably maybe a bad example, but you understand what I'm saying. So from here, they can click on choose plan and it takes you right to the pricing page and it shows them, these are the plans. This is the pricing. This is the features. If you need to learn more about the features, click on the plan features link down at the bottom. And then you see the get started button. Okay. Then that means you're ready to go. Let's get started, but let's go back to the how it works page. Okay, so then they keep scrolling and they're like, okay, I have questions. Give them a way to reach out to you, whether it's a chat widget on your site or whatever, a form as you see here, so they can reach out to you right away and ask questions. So they're waiting. They ask the question. They're waiting for you to get back to them. They're scrolling down a little bit further. So again, it's like build your listing. You're giving them advice. Turn those people that are just browsing your listing into customers. Like, show me ways that I can do that. And by doing that, it's really to build up your listing to be the best it can be. So you're priming them what to do when they actually start to build their listing. Okay. And this kind of like leads to, like, let's say they already have a listing and they stumble upon this page again. And it's like, oh yeah, so I can just click on this button and go and manage my listings from here. So that's what that's doing. Okay. Then they move on down. They're like, okay, so they've submitted their listing. Like, now what? While I wait for this, what could I do here? Add more listings. So that's going to drop them down here. Step 8. Maybe the plan allows for multiple listings. So hey, while you wait, go and add your gym. Go and add your coaches or your coach. Go and add your classes. Don't just sit and wait. Go and start adding your other listings. And then the final piece is the reach further. So this is where you start upselling people. So, hey, take advantage of promoted listings. And then if they click on that link, it's going to take them to the section of the support page where they learn all about what this means. You're going to make more money selling the promotions. They're going to get more visibility on your platform because you've sold them those promotions. Google reviews, you're showing them that they can embed their Google reviews. In return, you can increase the prices of your plans, or you can get more creative, do other creative things around that. But that's what that's for. Product stores, same thing. It's just a way for you to increase the pricing of your plans, or you can take a commission of each sale. by allowing these people to embed little like miniature stores into their listings. Or you could work it out and say, hey, like I'm going to keep the plans really low and you're just going to pay me a commission. Okay. So if they click on this is going to take them to a reach further page, which is a little outside of this video, but this page, well, I take that back. It's not, because in this starter site, this was the first one where I combined the get started page with the reach further page, because the content was so thin that I thought it made sense just to include the reach further at the bottom of the get started page. So it's all evolving over time, over the years, as I think through this stuff, and as my own sites, feedback, and client sites feedback and things like that, it all evolves. But it's like I said, that there could be an argument to where, hey, let's combine the get started and the how it works page and the reach further pages. So this could all be one, either how it works page or get started page. It's totally up to you, but I like to give people different options here. Okay, so there's a lot to say. So I showed you that. I think that pretty much covers the how it works page. So now let's say they're all warmed up and somehow they got to this get started page, whether it was from the actual how it works page, they clicked here, or they clicked one of these links and they, it drops them right into the page. Well, somehow they got to the get started page and they're ready to go, right? So this is more of an abbreviated how it works page. So at this point, they're gung-ho, they're ready. Okay, I've already signed up, potentially signed in. Nah, I don't have any listings on here. Like, okay, I'm ready just to start adding my listings. Let's get going with this. So here's the listing types. They click their listing type. They get right into the pricing. We're now into the add listing flow. And as you see here, this is the only time when the pricing actually pops up. So that's why it's important to have that front-facing pricing information, okay, and the get started and the how it works. All right. Because at this point, they know when they get here what all of this means, like what the Google reviews means, what the appointment booking means, what the product store means. You've explained to them, and they can just start spending money, okay? Or maybe it's free, whatever. Okay, so down through here, and let's just say they get here, and they're like, oh, but I do want to understand even more what these features are. So they're going to click this plan features link. That's going to drop them into the listing features section of the support page. So this is our final piece here. This is the support page. And depending on your business, you might have more sections, might have less. It just depends on how you want to approach it. But these are some of the main ones that I see, which is listings, the account, billing in general. Again, maybe you combine some of these. Totally up to you. So let's just go through these. This was built with real world information. What I mean by that is what you see in here is reflected in here in order, left to right. And it's real world information. I break down what this stuff is. I recommend you do the same if you're not going to import this template. If you do import this support page template, then it's just a matter of going in here and adjusting the wording to match your stuff. It's pretty easy to do, But like I said, real world MyListing information. So you're just breaking down what all of the features are. And I even have another submenu here, whether it's the features or managing your listings. How do listings get prioritized in search? So you break that down. Do listings expire? Explain that. Explain promotions. Explain the different levels of promotions. Just general information like how do the reviews work. Now we're down into the account. So accessing it, managing it, your user privacy, and then like a catch-all general section. Billing, whether it's payment, orders, subscriptions, or another catch-all for general. And then lastly, the general section. Talk about the platform, partnerships, vendors, general, all of that sort of thing. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this covers these 3 pages enough, and I think you get the point. I definitely invite you to check out the new Fit Starter site to see this stuff in action. That's fit www.mylisting.club. Check out the site, put it to the test. If nothing else, you'll get some inspiration from it, I hope, and challenge you to think outside the box a little bit. Okay, until the next video, thank you, and please take a second or two to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you, guys.